Tansei, Tawao, hello and welcome. It's Shelly Rose May Art by the Métis Mama. And today I'm going to do some artist trading cards because I don't know if I've ever done those on YouTube before, but it's always good to revisit things that you've tried in other videos. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I don't have a huge number of artist trading cards, but here are some. So I'm just gonna stand up to make sure there's no glare, but here's some with my paper dolls, my grandmother owl, my strawberry ceremony, blueberry ceremony, grandmother turtle, and then just some simplistic ones there that I did. Same with these. And this side. This one I did with in a swap. So I made 5. I kept 1 for myself, and I sent 4 out to my snail mail buddies. I was going to do a watercolor tutorial and show you guys how I make my whimsical girls, but I can't find the stencil I use for the head, and it's really bugging me because it's always hanging here and it's not here, so I'm a little bit annoyed, but when I find it I will do that tutorial. I love these faces. These came from Wendy, who is an artist out of Chicago. I believe her Instagram is W York Art Studio or something like that. I forget. I can link it in the description if anyone's interested. But she makes these really cool polymer clay faces, and then she makes printables out of them. That's another one of hers, and this one as well. The original of this one was a full-size watercolor, but I didn't love it. So I cut it into quarters and made artist trading cards out of them. This is Tandy Art. She actually inspired me to do this Wednesday one, so I did that one. Several of my cards are, of course, out. Traded with other people. And that's it. That's all I have. And then these ones here are by other artists. I was in the Painted Witches group. She doesn't have it anymore. And we did a swap. So all these ones came from the swap. I believe this one is Sasha Fitzgerald's. She always likes doing bright colors and sparkly stuff. I'm sure you'll watch this video, Sasha. I love your style, as you know. Her use of color is beautiful. This is the Painted Witch. I also love her style. And these are the other artists. Let's see. This is Melissa Feathers. And this one is Rhonda Muller. I think that's how you say her last name. And this one I don't remember because it's not signed. And then this one is kind of cool. This one actually came, it says Invoke Your Muse. And it actually came with a little sheet on how to invoke your muse. Like, what is her name? What does she rule over? What colors does she like? What are her symbols? What kind of animals does she like? Etc., etc. So I'll have to do that one day. So this is the card, and isn't it lovely? I love the trim on it. And this was by Amy Ravenson. Stick that back in there. So these ones are all from other people. The rest are all mine. So let's add a couple more to my collection, of my personal collection. This is one I started and I never finished. I just wanted to do some watercolor on it. This is one I didn't actually intend to make an artist trading card out of it. I was going to use it to make butterfly bodies, but because it's almost the perfect size, I figured I would size it to an artist trading card and turn it into one. So let's let's do this first. I'm going to spray my watercolor palette, and I need a cloth. You get some new rags here. Okay, so let's get this one started. Let me zoom in just a little bit more so you can see better. Yeah, we'll go in with this one. So I'm not a skilled watercolor artist. I still would call myself an amateur. Yeah, I haven't been doing it for years and years like other people. I do play with them pretty regularly now though, so I would say I'm getting better, but I definitely lack in technique. Something I need to work on. Okay, and I do watch videos on different watercolor artists, but not a whole bunch. When I first started learning how to do watercolor, I used to watch this one lady, one artist on YouTube, and I believe her channel is called CC Creates, something like that. And I really love her little whimsical bird tutorials that she does with watercolor. Okay, and what color hair should I give her? I'll just do black. Don't want it too black because then you can't see the lines in her hair. No black bear, girl. My voice is starting to come back after this darn cold. I'm still not 100% over it, but it's getting there. Okay, what color? I think I'm going to make her body multicolored. So we'll go in with a little bit of purple. We'll go in with a little bit of green. Some pink. I put too much water on that. A little bit of, let's see, what, blue. Get some blue in there. I'm one of those artists that likes to, like, I'll watch a couple videos and then I just like to experiment on my own through trial and error. I've kind of always been like that. I think a lot of us artists are like that. I'm not huge into staying like a certain, I don't know how to say that, but like structured technique, if that makes sense. I just like diving in and going for it. Okay, there. Now, what am I going to do with the background? I think I'll just do I feel like I'm drawn to this sort of neon green over here. Why? I don't know. And then we'll do some, let's do some mint green and some dark green. And let's do some yellow, which might end up turning green because of the green, but we'll see around her. First time I ever done a watercolor artist trading card though. Never done one of those before. I might have to do more because they're kind of fun. I do like watercolor. Like in the past when I would see people's artwork with watercolor, I never liked it. I was like not drawn to it because it was I don't know, I just felt it kind of boring. But the longer I got into art, like in calling myself an artist, I started liking different styles of art, and I got drawn to watercolor. And I think one of the main influencers for me in terms of watercolor artists out there was Tandy Art. Absolutely love her whimsical childlike art. She's definitely in my top 10 favorite artists. I actually took her canvas doll class online course, and I need to get some canvas and make some of her dolls that she makes. They're just so cute and beautiful. I've been wanting to make stuffed dolls forever. Okay, I really like that background, but I want to kind of make this look like she's sitting on a patch of grass. So put a little bit more green there. And after she dries, I can write a little whimsical quote. But before I do that, I'm going to go in a little bit of pink in her cheeks. But I really love Tandy's style. Like Tandy art style. I forget the artist's name, but her use of, like, how she uses the watercolor is really cool. And I'm gonna give her bear nose. She's very loose and fluid in the way she lays down her paint, and I wish I could be like that. Like, that just takes another skill level altogether, I feel, and I am not there yet, but I'm trying to get there where I'm a lot more fluid and loose. And I'll show you what I mean in a second here. Okay. Like, I feel like I always have to make my work kind of perfect and yet not perfect. So this was one of my attempts at trying to be loose in my watercolor. Didn't exactly turn out the way I wanted it to, but it was a good practice. So, okay, I am going to let this dry, and then I can come in with a little bit more details. Let's do that first. Okay, and gonna give a little bit of pink in the ear there. There. Okay, let's let that dry off to the side for a moment. Then we'll work on this one. So we want this to be the same size as an artist trading card. So artist trading cards are 2.5 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters. So let's measure this one just to, so we have 2.5, I think this is the right size. I do believe it's the right size. Yep, it is the right size. Okay, for some reason it didn't look like it was quite 2.5 there. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my guide, and then I'm just going to lay this, because it's not quite the right size, I'm just going to lay this right over top, grab my scissors, and trim off the excess. There. One of my retro ET cards that I put in my Starseed journals. All right. There we have it. Okay, so now what am I going to do? Do I want to use one of my Tim Holtz paper dolls on here? Do I want to use one of my own artwork pieces on here? I have another strawberry ceremony, but I already have one of those cards. But I mean, you can always use multiple. I don't have to limit myself like that, because I do love using these little paper dolls. I have one monster that's already fussy cut out, but I don't feel like it fits with that. I do have some grandmother turtle. We have a eagle spirit doll. You know, I think I might do the strawberry girl, but where did I put her? I also have like my whimsical girls. I could do a little one. Maybe I'll do that. So let's cut this one. Carefully. So all these faces that I use in my art are my own artwork. I do sell them if you want to order any. They're $10 a sheet. And I'm actually kind of redesigning the sheet right now, but the old sheet is still available. Okay, and then let's use something for the dress. Okay, I'll make a little dress for her here. Okay, the neck needs to be just a little bit narrow, more narrow. Let's see. that. And we'll make it pop more in a minute. Let's just get her down. And then we need, I feel like she needs some wings. So let's just do just a little tiny set of wings. Like so. Cut those in half. Okay, now we'll grab our Mod Podge. And we'll just turn that over. Am I staying in frame? Yeah, I am. I gotta make sure all the time because I'm terrible sometimes at filming. Okay. There we go. And then her head. And then her wings. There we go. Okay. Now, I have to outline her so she pops more. But before I do that, I'm just going to grab my watercolor. Maybe I'll just use watercolor to make her pop. Let's see here. What could I do? Do some yellow around her. Kind of give her a little bit of an aura. Doesn't really help, but that's okay. Okay, that's all right. Let's just give her a quick blow dry. And then we're going to add some kind of a word to her. Okay, let's do this word. Enough. Okay, and then I like using a black pen, and then I can go over it if I want to with one of my micron pens or my archival ink pens. I just feel like it's an extra step, yes, but I just find the black felt, these, just a regular ballpoint pen for me does the job much more effectively. And then if I want it really black, I'll just go over it with one of my archival ink pens. But I don't mind using a ballpoint pen. I've done a lot of work with my ballpoint pen. Just give it an outline to make it stand out against the busy background. You know, I'm so grateful for YouTube and all the artists out there making videos, because if it wasn't for other artists doing what they do, I wouldn't be the artist I am today. From people like Tamara Laporte of Willowing, to Tandy Art, to Sasha Fitzgerald, yes, you too, the Painted Witch. She always watches my videos, Sasha, and I so appreciate her so much. She's like such an amazing artist, and she's just always giving me positive feedback, and I just appreciate her so much. And Kelly Ray Roberts, everybody knows, anyone who knows me knows how much I love Kelly Ray Roberts and her work. She's inspired my work very much. Some of the indigenous artists that I love are Jackie Travers, she's a Ojibwe artist from Winnipeg, Maxine Noel, there's just so many, it's hard to name them all, there's just too many amazing artists out there. I love Amy of Book of Magic, she's amazing too. Love her journals and her style. Okay, so there is the outline. Now, it doesn't like super pop, but it'll do. We might tone the background down a little bit with some, we're gonna go in with some, a little bit of darker colors to just kind of tone down the background a little bit there. That's okay. It might just come here a little bit, not too much. I really want to tone this part down. I'm not feeling that color there, the pink. I'm not really in love with that. Let's cover that over a bit. It's a little bit better, but it's not what I really wanted. I might just use some regular paint. Let's see. Let's try some of this green. Not regular paint, but acrylic paint. Still have a little bit of a cough from my cold, so if I start coughing my head off, I'll pause this video. I feel like she's got some Christmassy vibes going on here, and she needs some glitter. Okay, I just paused to blow dry my card. Now the last thing I'm going to do is, I made these artist trading card labels with the date, the title of your work, your name, and your contact information, so your email basically, or your Instagram or Facebook handles. So I'm going to put this on the back of my card. I do this with all my cards now. It's a great way to keep track of when you make a card and see your progress. See how you've grown in your art. So, yeah, there we go. Oops. There we go. So today is September the 29th. September 29th, 2025. The title is Enough. And the artist is me, Shelly Rose May. And my contact info is art by the Métis Mama at gmail.com. There we go. There is another artist train card for my collection. And then this one, all I'm going to do is give her some eyelashes. And I'm just going to do a little whimsical, sort of imperfect outline here. And I'm going to do that a couple times because I like that look of the overlapping, sort of intertwined lines like that. Like so. And then I think I'll just put courage. Because Bear teaches or carries the teaching of courage. Do that. And then I'm just gonna make these a little bit more whimsical by adding some little round dots to the ends. And that's it. Then I just have to sign the back. I ran out of labels, so I'll just sign this regular. I'll just sign this. And then that'll be it. And there's my little tutorial for today. Thanks for watching.